Ho, 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 gentlemen. The holidays came early here at Manscaped. The leading men's hygiene brand, Manscaped, just launched new products, including their all-new ultra-premium body wash and 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. Untrimmed pubes are a thing of the past, and it's possible you have Santa's beard in your pants.
Wow. I do.
Pants.
Not anymore.
It's time to leave your significant other some cookies and milk at the bottom of your chimney. I'm talking about the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0. There's nothing like giving yourself or someone who needs it the gift of beautiful skin, hair, and balls this holiday season. Go to manscaped.com and use code JABS for 20% off plus free shipping. Hunting for military and first responder discounts has historically required going from one website to another, creating multiple accounts and logins to make purchases, and jumping through various hoops to verify your service. Don't you wish there was one place you could visit that had carefully crafted selection?
I do.
Yeah, there should be. And GovX is the one that's bringing it to you.
I love it.
They carefully craft a selection of deals for military and first responders in one spot. GovX works directly with brands to negotiate the best prices possible because you deserve the gear you need at the prices you've earned. Plus, you can trust that the gear you're ordering is 100% authentic, direct from the manufacturer. A huge collection of gear and apparel from popular brands all in one convenient location. How awesome is that? Signing up for GovX is fast, easy, and totally free. So if you're an American of service, anyone with military, firefighting, emergency medical, or law enforcement experience, join GovX and enjoy the site that honors and gives back to patriots like you. Use JABS15 for $15 off your first order of $50 or more. GovX.com. Savings for those who serve.
Love it. You know, everyone have a good Thanksgiving?
It was awesome, but I think before we jump into that, we need to take care of something else.
What's that?
It's my best friend's birthday today.
Who's your best friend?
It's you,
Britney
John.
Spears.
That doesn't sound like
Happy birthday, buddy.
It is your birthday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
I know.
Happy
Thanks,
birthday,
guys.
buddy.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, how old?
37.
37.
I'm getting real close to that 40 mark.
Yeah.
It's going to be rough.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
speaking of which, you guys hope you guys are ready.
Oh, hold on. My time is over. The day is almost over, so we can start shifting focus to what Stipe is about to tell us.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we gave you your...
No. This is good. I like
awesome.
this.
This is epic.
Okay.
My birthday for the 40th. Stipe Palooza.
So it's already been cleared by the wife.
It's clear. She's the one that came up with it.
Okay.
So this is what I'm gonna do. I've already been looking it up. So if it rains, I don't care if it. I looked how much tents cost, like a big tent with covers. So if it's gonna rain for a couple of days, I'm gonna do it like on a Thursday, and so the grass is soft.
Well, your birthday's in August, so usually, I mean, it's pretty.
So I'm not gonna take a chance.
dry
I'm not
weather.
taking no fucking chance.
Okay.
I want this to be epic.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get a DJ.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all day. I'm thinking about we're doing maybe like country teams, playing cornhole, Beersby, whatever. Just have fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a great.
So,
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Where'd you come up with this idea?
Well, so we were talking about going to Nashville.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about last thing. We didn't talk about last podcast.
Yeah, we did. Dolly Parton House.
No. On the podcast.
The Stipe Palooza?
Yeah.
I don't know. We just
So I'm
didn't
gonna,
talk
I'm,
about
gonna,
it.
I'm gonna get a big banner and shit. It's gonna be awesome.
Okay.
It's gonna be,
I'm asking, where did you guys come up with this?
my
idea?
wife, I told my wife, I'm like, I want the one thing is epic 40th birthday party. No surprises, just one epic. And she goes, Stipe Palooza. So she said,
But where were you?
We were at Panini's
Panini,
for
we
Rick
were-
Russo's
yeah.
birthday.
Oh,
that you didn't go
this
to.
was
Okay.
the Top
All
Golf.
right. That's what I was waiting. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
Oh, yeah, we did talk about it at Top Golf.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Top Golf.
Jamie,
How was
you missed
Top
out
Golf,
again.
guys?
You were
Yeah,
the
we were-
disappearing
People were
family
listening.
members.
We were big Top Golf guys, and Jimmy was selfishly with his family watching his son play hockey in a good tournament, whatever. And me and John felt that we were going to play golf.
And of course, we had to FaceTime you
Yes.
to let you know that we were there
And then I hung up
without
on
you.
you
Who's been asking both of you to go to Top Golf
once
for
a
like
week
6
for
months?
once a week for the past 6 months.
6 months.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what
I
do we say every time?
I
No.
was sitting at the pool with my family, and the whole team.
How awesome did I set it up too?
It was good, yeah, because you turned and there was Top Golf.
Yeah.
I was I showed my wife and she's like, "Are those fuckers at Top Golf? Haven't you been asking them to go to Top?" I was like, "Yeah, I have." Yeah.
The best part is the last time you were there with your kids, like you called me up and asked me to come join you, and I stopped
And
up.
you came.
And I stopped
Oh,
up.
yes.
Yeah.
I'll be
So
there
we
soon.
wanted
I'll
to
be there
return.
soon.
We wanted to return the favor and keep him in
I
spirit.
was going to keep you on FaceTime just to like feel like you were there, but then I want to bring the mood down, so I'm fucking hung up
I
on you.
hate you both.
That would have been, we should have just kept him on FaceTime and propped the phone up,
Right.
and so he could just watch
Oh.
the whole thing.
Oh,
Then
no.
I would have stayed
then-
there and watched it. For
You
sure.
then you could have been the type of person that you really are, the guy that neglects his family on a trip. So-
By the way, I was actually, it looked pretty sweet. You guys at the hotel pool running
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, the kids were running around. The parents were sitting around drinking some beers, and It was a solid weekend. So that was.
I cannot wait for that. When I get over. I cannot wait.
That's I got to imagine that's
I'm
like
excited
awesome.
for that.
that's the adult fun part of the kids sport trips.
Yeah, so this is a first for me. Like it's always been local tournaments. So like now this year with hockey, we're traveling, and it's been everything that I've heard of. Like the fun that you have at the hotels has been
Big
good.
swinger parties.
No.
Oh wait,
we have a.
That just reminded me. No. Not
Not you.
settle down, Jamie. No one's
Jamie's
accusing
like
you.
coming out with a big dick energy.
Yeah, no one's accusing Jamie of going to swinger parties. Although I'm surprised that we haven't done so already.
I know.
No, I was going to say you just said swinger parties or whatever at hotels, and it just made me think of what's the name of the lounge?
Impulse.
Impulse.
Where you can get pregnant just walking in.
There's a bar in a hotel right out like about 15 minutes outside of Cleveland, and it's the Impulse Lounge.
Love it. Dude, I get hit on so hard for some reason. Older women love me, and my wife was like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Don't be jealous."
It's the most.
They're not the greatest. They're like D team, but whatever.
It's the most strange nightclub in a hotel bar that I've ever seen. So hey, if you're in Cleveland, start asking around, see if you can find Impulse Lounge.
I had a guy. He's a coach. He used to be at the gym before he left, but he used to bounce swinger parties. So he was telling me stories about it, right? I'm like,
We just found our New Year's plans, boys.
Oh Jesus!
$300 a couple at the Impulse Lounge for New Year's.
$300,
dude, that's top shelf.
It gets a deluxe sleeping room.
Oh, it includes the hotel. I was gonna say, there's no way.
Couples.
Yes.
So I was talking to my buddy, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know how it came up." He's like, "Where have you bounced?" And he's like, "I bounced everywhere, you know."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "All right, cool, whatever." And all of a sudden he was telling me about. He's like, "Oh, I did swinger parties." I'm like, "How's that go?" He's like, "Well, actually, I was walking, and they have it's like there's different doors. Like the door's open, it's open door policy. You walk in, just go to town. Closed door, it's just closed door. You can't walk in." So he walked in and he saw open door. He said, "Fuck it," and he pulled his pants down. He's gonna start getting a BJ.
Oh my God!
I was like, "Wow." I was like, "How was that?" He's like, "It was a good time." I was like, "If I could do that."
That's something, man.
I don't know. Hey, whatever, to each their own. But I don't know. That just seems like kind of a crazy, strange concept to me. I don't know.
Yeah, none of that Stipe Palooza.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, your wife wouldn't let that fly. She'd be walking around with a giant knife, ready to.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, she's ready to cut everyone any time of the day. I'm terrified at times, but no. So yeah, Stipe Palooza, man. I'm gonna get a big banner, hopefully sponsored by Modelo. Yeah, man, I'm excited. I was looking up if it rains. I'm gonna get a big tent. Even if it rains that day, I'm massive, like huge.
Who's gonna DJ? Do you have any idea?
I don't know. Get DJ Evie's in town. Hope he's not expensive, or to like to do it for free. We'll find someone.
Okay.
But I'm excited. It's always a good excuse to get together at a Stipe party.
With a pool too, and all that.
So speaking of DJs, last night I went out, had dinner, some drinks with a bunch of friends from the Allison Rose Foundation. The gentleman from the bus happened to be there.
Nice.
The guy that ran the bus. And he came over, he introduced himself. He's like, "Hey, I'm Matt. I don't think we've ever met." I'm like, "We have, actually." And he like just stops and he looks at me. I was like, "So I was on the bus to the golf outing." And he's like, "Oh, okay." I go, "I was with the guy that wouldn't stop singing on the way back." And he's like, "Oh my God, who is that guy?" And
I like that I'm a reference point.
We had a long conversation about who you are. So yeah, it was good. It was a good evening.
Yeah. Well,
you are a reference point.
Yeah. Speaking of, that's because we're best friends, according to you.
Yes. Thank you.
I meant to say this real quick too. So obviously, like on social media and stuff, everybody like wishes you happy birthday and everything like that. I made a huge mistake this morning because Jamie was one of the first people to post on my wall.
Happy Wednesday or something.
No,
Tuesday.
He did that to me. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. He goes like, "Happy birthday, BFF." And I was like, I was in the middle of like working out, and I happened to see it, and I liked it originally. Then I was very upset, and I changed it to an angry face. Yeah, because I was like looking at it as I was working out, and I was like, and I go, "Oh shit!" And I had to change it. I changed it almost instantly, but I'm sure you got the first notification.
I did. Yes, I did. I screenshot it.
I was very upset.
We're best friends.
I know, and the worst part is you go around telling people that. Like
that's great. He texts me all the time.
I know. He's like, "Oh, I'm going here with my best friend John," and like, but he tells other people that
John, you're my best friend, John.
Yeah, I know, and people are gonna start thinking that we're actually best friends.
You are.
We are.
And I hate you.
No, you don't.
Speaking of Topgolf,
that's hurtful.
Someone learned a little something. Even it only took me 7 Modelos to learn.
Okay,
John.
Oh, Stipe needs the slowest swing down.
He's the reason why he was having a slicing issue is because he was swinging so fast. So the club was coming outside in and everything else. But he started slowing it down and then he was killing it. He was hitting the ball dead nuts straight. And,
Nice. That's
Every
good.
time.
Yeah.
So didn't have to go all the way back. It's crazy. So
It's a simple game. It's a simple game.
And speaking of which,
You fix it one time and then it goes south.
speaking of which, try to convince the wife in the golf simulator. Hard no, but there's still a chance. There's still a chance.
Do you remember the message we got?
Oh, yeah. He's like, hey.
Pretty sure it's going to happen,
He
guys.
goes, I think the window's open a little bit. There
There's a
might
window.
be
The window's still open.
Oh, okay.
Now I got my mother-in-law involved.
Oh.
Now it's all just
Yeah.
now it's
What
like a
did you
toilet.
just say, though? Hard
He's
no.
like, it's a hard no. But
Guess what she said about that?
Well, you got in a lot of trouble about that.
No, I got in trouble because she bought the used one. Was going to buy the used one, but
That's right.
but I don't want fucking used. I want new.
That's right.
Like,
I don't know. I feel like you need to just keep doing positive things for your wife in order to get her approval to get the golf simulator.
well, for Christmas, she said what she wanted. I'm like, oh, but she hasn't asked me yet. I'm going to say straight dead nuts. Golf
About the
simulator.
golf simulator.
There you go. Well, I was going to say, speaking of good deeds towards his wife, Stipe made the grave error. His wife woke up in the middle of the night, wanted to. We didn't talk about this yet. So this is how Stipe is earning brownie points to get the golf simulator.
And
Your
to preface before you tell this story,
What?
the only reason we know this is because she was
told
texting us.
Yeah, she's the one who told us this. She wakes up in the middle of the night. She is thirsty and says, "Yeah, had a headache, thirsty." She's
We were
like,
out
"Hey,
drinking.
can you get me?" Yeah, you guys. That was after.
Oh,
that
by
was
the way,
right
I
after
was
we went
up
to Panini.
after drinking. I mean, I didn't get hammered because I took the night shift because I was working the next day as well. I made sure she would, and then I called my our aunt to make sure she came early in the morning to make sure she was okay and she could stay with the baby and give her some time.
Look at you, brownie points.
Boom.
Learning brownie
Thank
points.
you.
And
That's
now-
what husbands
here's
do.
where-
But this is where it gets shiesty.
Yeah, here's where we take a little bit of a turn.
Huge.
So
It's like opposite
it's pretty
direction.
bad. So she wakes up in the middle of the night, has a bit of a headache. Stipe, being the nice husband that he is, says, "Oh, I'll get you a bottle of water." Grabs a bottle of water off the night table or nightstand, hands it to his wife. She takes a big slug of it. It's not water.
It wasn't
It
water.
is
Bitter.
dip spit.
I didn't know either because I walked out of the room because I was trying to take care of the kid.
Oh my God.
So, and she didn't get mad. She was just she's like, "Hey, you gave me your spitter." She must have smelled it too right before it went down.
Ugh, that's so rough. You're never getting that golf simulator. I feel like that just puts you in the
Why
doghouse.
would you say
for a
that? And
while.
you just
I want you to get the golf
No, you're
simulator.
apparently not. You just said Jamie would be like, "Listen, I think you can still do this."
That's got to be big time doghouse.
No, she's good about it.
I think if it would have been a doghouse thing, she wouldn't have
told
texted
us.
us about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I
I think
mean,
she would have kept it
it
between
seems like
us.
she took it pretty well.
Yeah.
She texted. She's like, "Hey, dumbass, you gave me your spitter."
It's definitely not brownie points. Though.
Yeah.
No, definitely. I definitely dropped a few.
Yeah.
I definitely dropped a few. But guess what? I've been doing night shift again because she's not feeling well. So listen, I'm doing it again tonight.
Yeah.
That's
This is,
good.
I got a question for you. Have you ever been at a party? And I'm sure this might have
I
happened.
talk to girls all the time.
Well, that never happens to me. So the,
That's our goal, by the way.
what I
for
was,
Christmas.
oh, geez. What I was going to say was, hold on real quick. So speaking of like taking a drink of something, have you ever been at a party, especially probably when you guys were like little kids with your parents around? And
Yes.
and one,
I know
do you know
exactly what
exactly
you're
where I'm
gonna
going
say.
with this?
Cigarette butt in the can.
No, or they were like ashing their
Ashing
things.
in
So
it,
like you
yes.
take a drink of like your pop or something, and it was like somebody's like,
And you will not
ashtray.
get COVID now.
Yeah, I like,
Right.
and you drank like, and you're like, you get that like, and then you can't get the taste out of your mouth.
Yeah.
It's
Without
terrible.
question.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
that is.
I
Yeah.
think that's happened to everyone.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah, as young children, when parents did whatever they want.
Yeah.
You ever see that? Did you ever see that meme where like the kids like leaning over the birthday candles, like blow it out, and there's somebody right by him with like
Oh,
the cigarette
bro.
and like everything else?
Dude, I just saw one, and the kid was, and the kid went to smash his face against the cake, missed the cake, and smashed his head on the table.
Oh my
It
god!
was awesome. The kid had to have been like 10 years old. I mean, the thump you heard, it was epic.
You know what? It's a learning moment. It's a learning moment.
You ever see the one guy? The guy was a gay guy, and he had a big like a penis one. And he went to go, and the guy just shut his face. It was awesome. The guy was like, "Oh, why?" Like it was dude, it was
That's
awesome.
funny.
It was epic. No, but anyway, I was watching, listening. Was I listening? I was listening to news, and tell me how crazy this is. I always think about stupid stuff that happens, like crazy. Pizza guy dies.
Who?
Delivering a pizza. Pizza guy. Just
Okay.
I don't know what state it was, but he just dies.
Okay.
Gets killed. Delivering a pizza. You know how? The porch collapsed on him.
Really?
Final destination shit, bro. I'm not cool
Wait,
with that.
so he was waiting at the door.
He was walking up
and
to
the
get
porch
and
just
thing
fell
just
down.
Boom, crushed him.
Dude, that sucks.
Final destination shit, bro.
That you know what though? I mean that's terrible, but I think at the same time that's one of those where it's like, yeah, well, it was probably just your time. Like I don't know how else to.
Dude,
that sucks. That's terrible luck.
That shit scares me.
Yeah.
So
Is it how you find it?
It's there. Yeah. Just happened a couple of days ago.
Yep. Where was that? What city?
Connorsville, Indiana.
That's what it was.
my
I knew it was
gosh.
Indiana.
yeah, that's terrible luck, man.
Crazy, right?
That sucks.
Like what the fuck?
Did you ever hear of like I don't know who gives out this award, but it's called like the Darwin Awards.
Darwin Awards,
Yeah,
dude.
and they give.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of this? So they give
my
the award
God.
to whoever like they give the
Steve
award to
Steph?
a person who has died, and it's for eliminating themselves from the human population due to stupidity.
Wait, so they're dead when they get this award.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's not an award you want to get.
Yeah,
No,
so
not at all.
the one that I heard that was the most insane, and I don't know how many years ago it was someone that worked at a zoo. They were this elephant wouldn't go to the bathroom, so they kept feeding it like X-Lax and all this other stuff. He goes behind the elephant, it just explosive shits at him, blows him back against a wall. He like hits his head, knocks himself out, falls face first in the elephant shit, and suffocates and dies.
Fucking awesome.
I mean, not for him.
Dude, that's
Like-
so weird, dude.
Yeah, that's
Like-
but like it's basically eliminating the weakest links from the
I hadn't
gene
thought
pool.
about. Yeah, I hadn't thought about the.
I've
Darwin
never
Awards.
heard it. Now
I
I'm
used to
gonna-
go through them all the time.
I know
Yeah,
what I'm doing tonight.
they're fun. They're
Like-
like people are absolutely stupid.
For you, not for those people, but it's people doing really stupid stuff.
Right.
I mean, it is
Listen,
what
if
it
I
is.
It's like the guy from what's that thing that you stand on and it goes a Segway? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy was like, it'll stop and I'll do it on this cliff, and he fucking fell off the cliff. The owner.
Yeah, that's
He's like,
not,
this thing will stop on the cliff, and he right over.
Right off.
Thanks for coming.
That's,
not
He
the
probably got a
way.
Darwin Award for that. Not gonna lie.
He might have, yeah.
if I ever die in a manner that gets me a Darwin Award, like I want it to be out there that I was that stupid.
I want that to be shrined onto my plaque in my cemetery.
There you go, Darwin Award winner.
Darwin, yeah.
And it'd be like this.
Don't worry, I did it.
One hand, my hand, like this.
People will be like, "Well, I wonder how he got that award."
And then I put the description of how I got the award underneath. Dude, poop. Oh my god! Like thinking about that, like
Yeah, I can't remember when that happened. That was a long time ago. I remember I heard about that. God, that was a long time ago. But yeah, not the way you want to go.
no.
That's terrible. How do you even have that conversation with somebody? Be like, oh, so and
You go to their
so.
mom, like, so yeah, your son fed the elephant a bunch of laxatives,
Yeah,
and the
it's so
elephant
bad.
straight just ished on his face, threw him against the wall with his ish, and he fell into the ish, knocked himself unconscious, and died of the poop.
Yeah, no
That's
good.
a shitty way to go out. Get it?
No, Jesus, that's like a dad joke and a half. Right there.
It was
great.
1998. There, I found it.
Damn,
The constipated elephant.
that's crazy, dude.
In
Oh my
Germany.
God,
Look at all that poo.
Jesus, Jamie, I wonder what your
that
search.
him? Oh, no.
I don't want to know what your search history looks like after all this stuff. You look up some weird shit.
I don't either, man.
So let's talk about good things that happen over the weekend.
Yeah, let's go.
because
Let's do
we
this.
got to get to it.
Let's do it.
And I'm not going to gloat.
I know you're not. You're a
Oh,
you're a
it
good fan.
is. The Buckeyes lost.
Michigan
Yeah.
beat Ohio State.
They looked great. I'm not gonna lie. They
Which-
looked really good. Like,
I didn't.
really, really good.
After that Michigan State game when Ohio State rolled them, I was assuming that they were going to
yeah.
beat us. I didn't think they would beat us as badly as they did Michigan State. It's hard to string together two games like that are that
Well,
convincing.
Michigan's good at not getting their ass kicked. Like they're winning. I can't say that. I'm
They
just
keep
saying,
it- they're close.
They're always close games,
Yeah.
but they figure a way to win every time.
Michigan.
That's what scared me about them. But they just can beat the shit out of us.
I was going to say Michigan didn't just beat Ohio State. I mean, they handled
They
Ohio
spanked
State.
us.
They
Hey,
did. They
it
really
happens.
did.
Listen, I got all my Michigan friends were texting me, and I was like, "What are you gonna do?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Hey, only took you 10 years. Good luck with that."
Did I say anything to either of you on Saturday
I say-
about that game?
No.
You didn't have to.
Yeah, you didn't.
I
You
was in enemy territory. I was
Oh
in
yeah,
Michigan.
you were up there.
I was in Troy, Michigan. So I watched the game.
Oh.
We were in between games.
Yeah.
We had a game in the morning. And then that game came on at lunchtime. So we ordered some food, went down to the lobby. Our team, a bunch of teams from Ohio, were down there watching the game, and obviously didn't really enjoy it. Then we had to go to the rink at 4:30 for a game, and I wasn't even thinking. Like I've never been anywhere. I've never been in Michigan for that game, never. And I had my Ohio State hoodie on, Ohio State beanie on, like not even thinking,
Yeah.
right? And I walk into the rink, and it is nonstop. It is absolutely nonstop. Like fuck Ohio State. And I'm like,
Wow.
And the funny thing is, people were 100% expecting a reaction,
And
and I wasn't giving it to them.
They
I was
probably
just
more
like, hey,
pissed.
you guys were awesome. Like
Hey,
you guys played
good job.
amazing. Like great game. Like
I would stop on the ass. Hey, good game.
the one guy, and he like this dude just kind of kept going. I'm trying to watch my kid play at this point,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm just like, I looked at him, I was like, dude, it's better for everybody when Michigan's good. And he was just like, I was like, that, like, I'm
That's
not.
true.
You kicked
I would
our
have told him
ass
to shut up.
today.
I'm like, okay, yes,
just
you
trying to
won.
watch my kid's
yeah, I'm
game.
trying to watch your game, dude.
Yeah.
Please, like, I get it. You won. Good job. Like,
Yeah.
I'll take the hoodie off if you want. Like, I don't really want, dude. Like,
But it is better for the Big Ten. It's better for Ohio State when Michigan is a good football team. Now, that being said, I've enjoyed the shit out of the last 10 years.
it's been great.
It's been amazing.
Listen, we're another 10 years to beat that ass.
We'll see.
So,
I will say, I think Harbaugh made a bit of a fatal error. First thing out of his mouth in the presser afterwards,
What did he say?
he talked about Ryan Day, and he said, some people are born on third base and they think they hit a triple. And I was like,
Oh, did he say? I didn't know they said that. Did he say
ooh,
that?
guess
was
what's
like,
gonna
you don't
happen?
wanna say that,
Dude,
bro.
He's gonna run that score up no matter what, dude.
Well,
don't give him
there's-
that bulletin board.
He's a great
material.
coach.
There's talk about Ryan Day going to the NFL.
There is.
There's starting
There
to
was
be
last
rumors
year, too.
about that. Yeah, he's gonna. He seems like the type of guy, like the type of coach that where he would fit at the NFL. Like he seems like a good CEO of a program.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because I think that's what you have to be in the NFL. You got to be like the guy that oversees everything. You can't be so.
You can't get
Yeah,
the
you
weeds.
got to be macro level with all that stuff.
Good,
like
good use right there. That's explaining it.
economics.
He's got his MBA.
Yeah.
So
no.
speaking of, so you're kind of talking about coaching and Day going to the NFL. It's been a hell of a week for college football
Yeah.
coaches.
Oh,
What
yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah,
Did you see the dude from Oklahoma?
Yeah.
yeah,
Bro, they
He-
bought his house. They bought him a jet they can use anytime they want. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, and then the next day, who left?
Brian
Okay,
Kelly.
Yeah.
I think if Lincoln had seen what Brian Kelly got, he'd be pissed off.
He got laid
Because
with that.
Brian Kelly got-
It's 10 to
Brian
12,
Kelly
right?
got-
Yeah, he got paid. But the difference is, though, I think that Kelly's not getting a private jet whenever he wants to use it.
Yes, he is.
Oh, he is.
And multiple
Oh.
houses. And they bought his house.
that was
and-
Lincoln.
Brian Kelly, too.
Wow.
And he's making like $10 million a year
Yeah.
with, if he makes,
Any
he wins the
incentives-
conference,
incentives,
like it automatically tax on 500,000.
Yeah.
If he wins a bowl game, another five. Like it's insane how much these dudes get.
Well, Kelly's good. I mean, he deserves it, though. I mean, the
Okay.
dude turns programs around.
I'm not saying he's not good.
But
like,
Jesus, yeah, 10. Like, it's crazy.
it's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane.
Well,
I'm going to make a maybe not so bold prediction. I think Lincoln Riley is going to have a lot of success at USC, more so than Brian Kelly at LSU. I think Brian Kelly is going to struggle at LSU playing those good teams week in and week out because Notre Dame, they essentially have an ACC schedule.
Right.
And then anytime they played a good team from the ACC, at the time it was Clemson, they lost. And then if they get to a bowl college playoff game, they lost. Like, so I know he's going to have some better talent at LSU, but like
is he? I mean, is he a recruiter? That's like, is he really that good of a recruiter that he's going to get that much talent?
what's the
I
one
mean,
thing
he
that
got-
changed?
he
What's the
got
one
the
thing that
players
changed
at
with
Notre
Urban
Dame.
Meyer? Well, Urban Meyer came back to Ohio State. Like when he came to start coaching, he went down south and got all the fast. Like,
Yeah, he knew what to do.
Yeah.
He was a Florida guy.
But-
he knew. And that's the other one that the big rumors going around right now is Urban Meyer to Notre Dame. That's the other.
he's gonna
big
leave.
rumor going
Really,
right
he's leaving Jacksonville that
now.
fast.
That's
that's
the rumor.
ludicrous.
I don't know.
don't think that one's going to happen.
We'll see.
It could, but the thing with Brian Kelly though is when he was at Cincinnati and Central Michigan, I think before that, he was running like a crazy spread offense, and he kind of got away from that
Was
because
he in Oregon?
No, you're thinking of Chip Kelly.
That's Chip
Yep.
Kelly. Damn it.
So,
Former coach of the
but he
Philadelphia Eagles.
was running a crazy spread offense like at Central Michigan and Cincinnati, and then he went to Notre Dame and he really didn't have the players to do it. So he kind of adjusted what he was doing. I wouldn't be surprised if when he goes back to LSU, he goes back to that kind of crazier spread offense because he's going to have so much speed on the field.
Yeah, he's an amazing quarterback.
And you got to remember the threshold, and this isn't a knock on LSU, it's just Notre Dame's admission requirements are so high. You still have to get those athletes
Yeah,
that meet
they're
at least
smart.
some bare minimum.
They actually lowered them when Brian Kelly came in.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but still, he's gonna be able to get kids into LSU that he wouldn't have been able to get into Notre Dame. So, but I just have this feeling that like the competition level is so drastic. It's so much drastically higher in the
It is,
SEC
yeah.
that he's gonna have a rough. I don't think it's gonna be as easy as like it might be. I think Lincoln Riley's gonna roll once he starts recruiting in the Pac-12.
Well, I think too, and one thing I like about him too, he's just a young dude. I think he just hands fun. Like he knows like what the guys need, what the guys want, what the guys want to hear. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he's young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when I played baseball, we had a young coach in college, and he was awesome. Like he was older, but like he just knew what we needed. Like we weren't the best players, but he made us the best players because just the way he was, and made practice fun. He made everything fun, and just we learned, and you know what I mean. It was great, and we were really good.
He already flipped his quarterback commit that he had going to Oklahoma already flipped to USC. He's a 5-star quarterback.
Jesus,
so
well, that's a
they
good
already
start.
got a guy lined up. Now here's my question to you, because the the apple crate or whatever it's called, the soapbox everybody gets on, like to pound the
apple crate?
Is it apple crate or
No,
soapbox?
it's a soapbox.
Soapbox. There you go. The soapbox that everybody gets on and pounds their chest is that it's not fair to the kids and blah blah blah, or like what a crappy guy this person is for leaving and taking this job or whatever.
Right.
But I think most people in those situation, when offered that much money and all those incentives and everything else, would take the job.
He's making his family do better things for his family.
The reason why I think people get like critical about it is because the coach is up and leaves, but like the kids can't.
That's 100%
right?
correct.
Because it's an amateur.
Yep.
It's an amateur level.
Don't they
thing.
give them a chance to transfer though?
You have to get in that transfer portal.
But they're allowed to, right?
You have to be
They won't lose a
approved.
year.
You
got to get
approved.
approval.
You have to, and some of them have to sit a year. Like with a coach, it's just I'm up and I'm out.
Yeah, that sucks. It does suck, but at the same
And
time,
that's
though,
after recruiting these kids and being in their parents' living room and kitchens,
Mm-hmm.
and it's tough. But you're right when they're throwing $10 million a year in multiple houses.
I mean, I
and
don't-
like
it's like I need a water boy.
of course.
Beef.
I think more people would be okay with it if the kids would just be able to leave if they wanted to
absolutely.
without those restrictions. Because then they could do the same thing, and be like, oh, I want to go play for my coach who I was playing for. I mean,
You're starting to see a little bit of change with the college game because they're able to make money off their likeness now. So some of them are signing with different agencies. They're finally making a little bit of money as college football players, but what are they making compared to that?
Yeah.
It's a pittance. So it has a long way to go, but you're starting to see the change.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, there are changes.
thing that came out today about Notre Dame is they're actually going to promote their defensive coordinator to the head coach.
Yeah.
oh,
yeah,
they're giving him. They're
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
going to give him the job.
Yeah, he's,
Yep.
he's pretty good.
Yeah, I guess the players made it known that's who they wanted, and that's who they're going to go with. So.
That's actually kind of nice that they
It's continuity.
It helps with
you have that,
Yeah.
that kind of
Continuity.
What's continuity?
tradition.
What's continuity?
I don't know. The
You
apple
mean
box.
continuity?
Get on your
Yeah,
apple box.
I want to get on the apple box
Listen,
and
I
talk
can't even
about
say those fucking two
continuity.
words, so I'm just going to say that fucking word. But no, tradition. He knows the tradition. He knows like keep the tradition rolling. He doesn't change it up. You know what I mean? Like, because like, listen, you might be a good coach and you bring in a new offense. Like, everything might be great, but those kids are not used to it. They're trying to prove something. And they already know this guy. This guy's already runs well. I guess if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
Didn't they say that he's the first coach ever at Notre Dame to actually choose to leave Notre Dame and not be like fired or whatever? Like, I think he's the only one who voluntarily left the program. I know Oklahoma, it's been like 30 years or something since like that happened, but I think
Might be for Notre Dame.
yeah, I think he might be the first guy that actually chose to leave that coaching position, which is crazy.
Well, I mean, Lou Holtz had it for ever.
When Jamie was born in like 1800s.
That's not when I was born.
It was still a long time ago.
was a long
Actually,
time
Jamie, you were born before that.
Yeah.
So
He actually babysat him.
Yeah.
The Holtz.
You were born in the BCs.
So, anyways,
Wait, hold on, real quick. I want to get to
Yes.
this. So we were talking about the OSU Michigan game.
We're still talking sports.
Yeah. Well, no. Jamie watched it up in Michigan. I watched it at a OSU bar. I had nothing on that marked any OSU or Michigan stuff because I don't want to get hassled the entire time. The best part though was we're sitting at the bar. It's this big rectangle bar with
You
a
in
bunch
Columbus?
of screens in the middle. No, it was in Cleveland.
Okay.
We had a scrimmage. I went after, met my buddy for lunch, and then we were sitting there watching the game at the bar. But it's a big square bar. In the one corner, there's these two OSU fans, and we just were kind of watching them out of the corner of our eye as the entire game went on, and it started to go south pretty quick. They were like palling it up at the beginning of the game, doing shots and whatever. As the game started to go on, these two guys started like chirping at each other. By the end of the game, the bartender's like, she's like, why don't you guys just settle down? Like, we're all rooting for the same team here. Like, blah, blah, blah. They were like about to fight each other.
Really?
And at the beginning of the game, they were like, yeah, cheers, shot, blah, blah, blah. And they were getting so aggravated about OSU losing that they almost fought each other by the end of the game.
can't get mad about sports like that.
Sucks. I mean, it is what it is.
It is. And you know what? We do it again in like 360 days.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
Look at you.
Do we even want to touch on the Browns?
no,
It's
Stipe doesn't
okay.
want to talk about
Yeah.
sports anymore.
I want to talk about
That's
What do you
fine.
want to
I'm
talk
good with
about,
that too.
Stipe?
I have two things I want to talk to you about because you're a Marvel fan.
Oh,
So I want to talk to you about that. Have you seen the new Hawkeye show?
Not
I have
yet.
not. I just saw like clips of it.
Straight Die Hard vibes. It's awesome.
Is it? Yeah.
I like it.
I love that guy.
It's super. It's like it's not crazy heavy.
Yeah.
Like, did you watch Loki and all that other stuff?
No.
Like, so Loki.
I loved Loki.
I love Loki
Yeah.
too, but
He's
it was
a great
real.
actor.
It was real heavy. There was like a lot of major big things
Yes.
happening, right?
Yeah.
He's
So-
bisexual, by the way.
Correct.
Out.
Yes,
So
it
that
was.
out
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yes, you're welcome.
How did you not know that? That was a huge.
That was all over the
Oh,
news.
when they were on like the train. I don't want to ruin anything for
No,
anybody
no,
who hasn't
it was
seen
on
the
the
show.
news. It was on the news.
Oh, well, I didn't know that either. So anyway, it's not as heavy as like Loki and whatever.
Yeah.
It's like more lighthearted. Like there's stuff happening in the show, but it has very much Die Hard vibes to it, and it's really
Always says yippee-ki-yay.
it's funny and it's like actually good to watch. But I think they're through 3 episodes, and I don't know how long they are, but it's really entertaining. I would totally recommend it for you to watch it. It's
will
pretty
check
good.
that
I watched
out.
it. I've been watching them on the treadmill when I run. In the
I really
morning.
wanted. I signed in yesterday and was taking a look at this new Beatles documentaries on
I saw-
Disney
I saw
Plus
that.
that I really
Yep.
want to watch.
I got that on my list too. I want to see that. It's
wanna
did
see
you
that.
look at? It's like 3 parts, and they're each like 3 hours long.
Yeah,
Oh, dude,
good friend of
man,
mine just
fucking legends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a good friend of mine just wrapped it up and was texting me. He's like, "Dude, it's absolutely incredible."
I'm sure it's really interesting. Is it live footage, and they just kind of remastered it and cleaned it up and like
what it looks
kind of
like, yeah.
organized it to make it make sense and tell
Yeah.
a story?
That's what it looks like. I'll let you know when.
Well, what was the second thing you want to talk about?
Oh, the Spider-Man ticket sales.
Oh.
So after Thanksgiving, that Monday after Thanksgiving, they did Spider Monday, and all the tickets went on sale for the thing. They crashed like every movie
I heard about
theater's
that.
ticket
Yeah,
sale.
I actually heard about that too. Wow, I'm actually on point with stuff. It's kind of nice.
Dude, that movie's gonna be insane.
Yeah, so
Like,
that's where like everyone comes back to the portal, right? And you got Green Goblin, fucking octopus guy.
yeah, it's like a multiverse thing.
yeah.
So,
It's called no Way Back Home or something.
No Way Home.
No Way Home. There we go. Speaking of comics, I actually was talking to a buddy, and we were talking about like my daughter. She's all about me, and like, or my son. He's only 3 months, but he's already. You can tell he's my mama's boy. I looked at. I was talking to him. I talked to him. I was like, listen, gonna be a straight line divided in this house. It's gonna be like DC versus Marvel comics, dude. We're gonna both hate each other. Like, it's, me and my daughter versus like my wife and my son. It's gonna be epic.
Are you DC or Marvel?
I'm Marvel,
Yeah.
just because.
What did we watch? Yeah, the Deadpool guy. What did we watch the one time? I think we watched like the Justice League, or it was either Batman versus Superman, and you like loved it, and I was like,
everyone hated it. I loved it. We went to
I
the bar
love
right
that
before.
movie.
which one?
Great.
Batman versus
Yeah.
Superman. I loved
I
it.
thought it was
dark.
Ben Affleck
I thought it was
with Ben
okay.
Affleck, right? Yes, yes.
I liked it a lot.
Right.
I think part of it was getting shit on by everybody.
Yes.
So I was like,
I
actually thought it was
absolutely
pretty
loved
good.
it. I
Yeah.
loved it. I thought it was actually great.
Yeah, no,
Jamie,
I enjoyed it.
I feel like Jamie likes stuff though when people don't like it, just to be like,
No, that was what a guy living in Ohio that roots for Michigan does.
oh, okay.
Wow,
Way to
good
turn-
one.
way to
That
turn
was a
the
good one.
table.
That was a
There
good
you
one. No, but yeah, I wish actually it was Batman vs Superman. I enjoyed Justice League too. I do
Yeah.
all those and
I
stuff
like
like
that.
that.
Like I like the DC stuff. I mean,
I do. Yeah, I do too. I do.
you can't at this point in 2021. You can't compare the two. And as far as movies are concerned, you
Yeah,
can't. Like
no.
what they did with the Marvel versus
It's retarded.
it started. God, it started so long. It started in like 2000.
Yeah.
It's like 20 years of movies
And
that
just
tie in
and
together.
they're still going
somehow.
more.
Like,
Now doing seasons of
it's
it.
unbelievable.
Well,
But-
and the TV shows are
saying
tying into the
Yes.
movie.
But-
I mean, the Loki series has huge implications
Yep.
for what's going to happen in the movies.
But, yeah,
and
it
like
even-
it's on the TV show. It's not even in a
How
movie.
smart is
they're
that though?
doing.
Like how awesome. Sorry to interrupt, but how awesome that you're a director. And whatever you're doing, and you figure a way out to tie it into the movie. Like it's mind boggling because I'll be like, nope, I have no idea.
There are so many people working in that realm that have been working on this from day one, and they've had this mapped out.
It's crazy,
They've had
right?
this mapped out for 20 years.
That's crazy.
It's nuts, and it all started with Stan Lee.
Yep.
But that all being said,
Rest
I
in
still
peace, sir.
really enjoy DC stuff.
Yeah, I do.
I love the
I'm looking
Superman
forward to the
stuff,
new Batman movie.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
the new
I
Batman
really
movie's
do.
good.
You know what's funny? I think all Superman's like new ones. I've seen like half of one.
Really?
And that for some reason I'm not in him.
So, yeah, I grew up with the Superman
Yeah.
movies. Were huge
From
when
Cleveland.
I was a kid. Yeah,
Made
it
in
was
Cleveland, you know that, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
original comic book was. Yeah.
Yeah, I know we talked about it in a past podcast, but like the new Flash movie, I'm excited for that. Like, so
Yeah.
they have stuff coming up. I think they're starting to like figure it out. It just, I
They'll
think,
never catch up.
No. I don't think. I agree with you there. I think part of the problem is that Marvel did it. Marvel did it the right way out of the gate, and then like
Well,
DC
also Marvel had Disney with them too, which helps.
true, but
Very
like
much.
yeah, but
It's
like
a lot of money.
But like DC started late with trying to get like a universe established, and so then they like rushed it because like Justice League was like their 4th movie. I'm like, and Avengers was like the 11th movie that they came out. Like they built all this story. So I don't know.
So with that was it the Justice League, right? There's like who was the one director? Was it the second one? that he redid.
Zack Snyder.
Yeah, did you do another Rick? It was the same movie with the extra clips.
It was his cut.
Yeah,
that movie was like
director's cut.
4.
Yeah,
how
was
long was that movie? 3.5 hours,
yeah,
4 hours long, something.
So it was the same movie, just add more to it.
Yeah. So halfway through that movie, I think did his son die? Is that what happened?
I believe so.
Yeah. So halfway through that movie, I think his son died, and then they had somebody else take over, and then they cut and edited the movie based on what they shot, and then everything else. So they did his cut, which was what he wanted the movie to do, with extended scenes that explained some stuff a little bit more and whatever.
Was it good?
It was good.
I didn't watch it.
It was good, but it was so long. I'm like not going to go back and.
That's a
I
long
probably am
time.
never
It's like
going to go.
Braveheart.
I think I watched it in 2 parts because it was so long. I'm like never going to go back and rewatch it though.
I've sat through 3 hours. I will never sit through a 4-hour movie.
Yeah, it's tough.
Wasn't Braveheart like 4 hours? 3 hours?
I don't think
It's
so.
long, isn't it?
I think 2 hours. I think is pretty much topping it off. And even I think like Avengers Endgame was like 2 hours and 20 minutes, and that was
2.5
long.
hours. Yeah, it was long. Yeah.
So it's good, but
It was 3 hours. Braveheart was 3 hours.
3 hours.
I'm trying to think of the longest movie I sat through, and I think it might have been.
Was it Passionate Crisis?
I
pretty
have-
long?
I never saw that.
Me either. I saw the beginning. You know what's crazy about that movie was that my mom started watching it. Like I walked in the room, and she was bawling her eyes out. Like, look what they're doing to him. And she was so emotionally involved. I walked out. I'm like, yeah, I'm out. And she stopped watching it too. Like,
I've never seen that movie, and I've never seen Braveheart. I've seen parts of Braveheart, but I've never seen like the whole thing.
That's a good one.
I know the
you've
end
never
and
seen
everything else.
The whole movie, Braveheart.
No,
That's
I've
crazy.
never. I could tell you, I've probably seen 5 to 10% of that movie.
That's
it.
that's actually a good like treadmill movie.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good, yeah.
Fun-
gets
it's actually-
going
it's got good
pretty
humor.
good. Yeah.
My favorite dude in that movie is that crazy one.
Yeah.
He's like, God sent me here to watch your
yeah,
ass.
I think the longest for me, I was just looking, was Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it was the last one. It was
That's a
3
great
hours.
series, too.
Yeah, they're amazing movies.
I think I just recently saw it was on TV, and I was like half paying
You've
attention.
never
to it.
seen that
No.
too?
I've seen that. I'm saying I recently just saw it. Was like
Well, you
on
remember
TV.
it's on TV. That's
It's on TV
definitely
a lot.
cut down a lot.
Yeah, it's
though.
always around the holidays. Oh, speaking of, we're getting into Christmas holiday time of Harry Potter marathons on
My favorite
TV.
time of the year.
Bro, I
my
love Harry
friend.
Potter.
I
I
love
It's
love
so
Harry Potter.
I think we're a bunch of grown men. Man, I love Harry
Bro,
Potter.
it's the shit, dude.
Dude, it's so like it's when you talk about movies that you can like just mindlessly put on and watch. Those are phenomenal.
They are.
What was her name that wrote it? Riley?
J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, Riley. Oh, dude, how crazy is that? She wrote that in a coffee shop on like the back of a napkin or some shit like that. It was
I don't think that's true.
I swear to God.
I think that's the old wives' tale there.
Was
my
it
friend.
really?
Yeah.
You heard that too then?
No,
I'm telling you right
I
now.
don't think that's right.
Maybe the idea, the concept of it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she wrote the whole book
Yeah,
right there
yeah,
in the
she
coffee
wrote-
shop. I'm saying like,
She came up with an
Yeah,
idea
yeah.
and jotted it down. Yeah, it's possible. I don't know, but Jamie, just let him have this.
Bro,
Why you got to try and? why
I
you
hope
gotta
I'm
try and ruin
right.
his
So you're
day?
like, God damn it. What is
Yeah,
it?
we're
She
almost
sat
in
in
her
a-
country.
She sat in a coffee shop, but definitely not on the back of a napkin, my friend.
I don't know. It was a napkin. I just said it. I'm saying she wrote it down.
She
the
was in a
shop.
coffee shop. That's where she did
She-
a lot of her writing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She had a lot of money, I think, at the time too.
They saved the table that she wrote it at, and then it caught on fire. And
Guess why? Because Harry Potter came to the fucking door and
that's
fucking.
great. So
Here, I
here's
gotta-
a question for you guys, really quick,
I
since
was-
we're on this topic.
Yeah,
Who has read Harry Potter?
Oh no,
No,
I was past the.
amazing books.
Did you? No.
Yeah, you told me about that.
I see.
Amazing.
You're really into it.
I know.
I don't read books.
They used to make people. They used to have kids read that in their English classes in high school
Jesus.
because they just wanted people to read.
Just read.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
I just
that
had-
was after my. That was after I was already through school, but I know one of like my younger brother's grade and everybody else. They were like reading that in class because they were just trying to get kids to read something.
Crazy thing is, I saw on the news that they said books are better than tablets. I said, no shit.
Do you?
So they're going to start, I think, bringing books back to school. So using
Oh, yeah.
tablets more because it's more hands-on. The kids actually, they don't stop what they're doing or asking. I mean, like,
So I read strictly on screens now.
Do you like that? I
like
don't.
a Kindle, right?
No,
Like, you know what I'm talking about, the right?
Yeah, I had one. Then I just used the library browser on my laptop, and now with the iPad, I use that. But every now and again, I'll go and I'll actually get a book, and I'm like, God damn, I miss having a book in my hand. Like I used to like go everywhere with books, and so
Last book I read was like 3 years ago. Was that Ready Player One?
such a good book.
Oh, that
Great
is a good
book. I
book.
need- I get the
It's
second.
so
I get the
good.
second
There
one.
is, it's awesome.
I heard it.
It's
But the only thing I didn't like it was like I read the book and then I watched the movie.
The book's
I was
better.
like, God damn, way better.
Book's way better.
Way better. I know.
Which is what people have said from the beginning of time, right?
But the hard part is like you had like you have to fit it into a movie, into like that 2 hour time slot.
Without
And then
question,
how do you
yes.
do it? And so that was like the only way they could do all the stuff that he wrote in the
I'm
book.
a big enough dork to sit here and admit that I read Lord of the Rings before I watched Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And that is like, that's an undertaking. The Lord of the Rings books.
There's way more.
Fucking, dude, they're so long.
Did we talk about Dune on one of the
No,
past
that
ones?
new movie.
No.
Oh, it came out on HBO Max. I think they only left it out there for like 30 days and they pulled it. So you have to like buy the DVD or whatever. They'll put it back on at some point. It might still be on there. I could be wrong. I watched it when it came out. Really interesting movie. Good. It was entertaining, everything like that. So I get the idea in my head that I'm going to read the book, right? It's 693 pages.
Yeah.
I get it from the library.
6'9". Sorry.
I get it. I get it from the library. I read the first 100 pages and then I go, yeah, I'm too busy. There's no way in hell I'm ever going to get through all this.
Oh.
And then I just returned it.
Just read like
I was like, well,
50 pages and
I'm
then-
going to end up seeing part 2 because there's going to be a second part that comes out.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm not going to sit around and read almost 700 pages of this book.
So it's funny. So I just checked. I had to renew a book. So I checked my reading history from this year from the library. And in January, it was like January 4th of 2021, I took out the first Game of Thrones book. That is all I have read this year. I'm on the
You're still on it?
I'm on like the 5th one right now. This book that I'm reading right now is 1,800 pages long.
Yeah. Those books are,
Guess what? I'm gonna be that 1%er that doesn't read it either.
yeah. Especially since, did you watch the whole show?
Yeah.
So
and we talked about this before, and you
Yeah.
were like, I've seen it all, but you know what?
I'm sure the books
A lot of
are
differences.
I'm sure the books
Like,
are wonderful.
large
I'm sure the
differences.
books are wonderful.
A lot
but
more,
I-
a lot more sex in those
yeah,
books.
I get the gist. I'm not going to go back and read it. It ain't happening.
I'm all the way in. I got to finish it now. So
I bet you are.
yeah,
I read the most I ever read was, I went on a huge Star Wars kick. I read 13 books one year of like Star Wars, like canon, like considered canon. on
Nerd.
Star Wars. Dude,
Yes.
no, big time. Like I just got roped in it and I started reading. It was all these side stories, but the funny part is all these random characters in these books are starting to show up in all these Star Wars movies and shows now. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's so and so. But I went on this real Star Wars kick for like a year. I don't know why, but
so there's a guy at the hockey rink who is always a super nice guy, and he's always got a Star Wars book in his hand, and it made me think that you brought that up. Like, how many Star Wars books are there?
oh, there's a bunch.
I mean,
When
this
Disney
says there's been over 40 published since 2014 alone.
Jesus.
So what happened was all these people did like this fan fiction stuff, like when George Lucas owned it and everything, and none of that stuff was considered official. It was just like authors writing stuff with those characters and like whatever. So when Disney bought it, some of the stuff became like canon, which means it's like recognized by Disney as being like, this is part of the storyline now.
Okay.
And then Disney started commissioning all these authors to write these books to help build the stories around everything else that was going on. So that's why you saw those publications, because Disney's like pumping out all these books now. So
Daniel
that's what
Day.
I,
It's
re-
not
I
like
read a
just
bunch
one
of that
guy
stuff.
writing all of
No,
them.
no,
It's just
no.
a bunch of
different
people.
But it's some of the authors have written multiple books that tie in together. It's like a mini series.
What's
So-
that
I
book?
didn't know
What was
anything
that book
about
when
this.
you were
I
a
didn't even
kid?
know what canon was until just now. So
What about that book when you're a kid? You're like, you walk into the forest, turn to page 49 or 37. You're like, God damn it! And then, like,
dude,
you know what I'm talking
those
about?
were my favorites, man.
Yeah.
Like you have to like build the story. Like you choose the story
So, yeah,
of like
yeah.
what happens. I remember those.
You're like, oh,
Yeah, what the
it's
hell
like
were those
RJ or
actually
something
called?
like that. Or
Choose Your Own Adventures.
Yes.
Yeah, Choose Your Own Adventures. Those were amazing.
what was that one too? That it was like a big one. Was it started with an R? It was like RK, RJ.
Oh, are you talking about the scary books?
Yes,
Oh, R.L. Stein.
that's it.
R.L. Goosebumps.
Yeah, That's what it was. Goosebumps.
Goosebumps, yeah.
R.L.
I read a
Stein.
bunch of
I
those.
never read those. My kids used to love the Goosebumps show that's on Netflix because it was scary.
Is that
for
the one
little ones,
like
you know?
that came out when we were younger?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it. Yep.
That same show is on Netflix now.
It's the ones that they made back then. They have them on Netflix.
Oh,
now.
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
cool.
gotta add that to my list.
So before we get out of here, one quick question for both of you.
I have a question for you once we're done. It's in the theme of Christmas.
Once we're done,
No, I mean like after
okay.
you do your thing.
I'll probably have something to answer to and say whatever.
Yeah.
okay. One question and one question only. Die Hard is or is not a
Oh,
Christmas movie?
Is
Thank you.
Is. Yeah.
All right. I
Piece
can still
cake.
be friends.
Yeah,
with
you-
you.
Well, this
I mean,
goes perfect.
that's the dumbest question I heard. Does
This ties into my question.
People
Bear
get
Shit in
mad,
the
bro.
Woods?
People
Bear
get
Shit in the
mad.
Woods? The
People get
Christmas
mad.
movie. It should be going.
3 favorite Christmas movies. Who's your 3 favorite Christmas movies?
Die
Jeez.
Hard,
Okay.
Christmas Story, Elf.
Okay.
Regret. First two for me, and then why him?
What?
Right,
with
look this up.
it's a newer one. That's funny. It's because it reminds me of me.
I don't even know what that is.
It's with James Franco.
Yeah, when he's like crazy IT guy.
This is a Christmas movie.
Oh,
I've never seen
wait,
this.
wait.
The
Is
guy's
it?
crazy. He's crazy. He has like a bowl with balls in a tank and preserves it, and like he has like his whole house is paperless, and he has a.
For some reason, I think I know what this movie is, but I also kind of have no idea.
The guy has.
Is it where he brings him home?
He's dating his daughter and the family. Yeah.
Is that a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
neither.
I know what movie.
It was during Christmas. So
I've never seen it. I know what movie you're talking about. The dude from Breaking Bad's in it, right?
Yeah.
He's the dad. Yeah. I've never seen
I
it.
think a lot, and the reason I do it is because he's fucking crazy like me, and like I do the shit that he would. You know what I'm saying? Like he's wild.
All right.
I didn't even know that was a Christmas movie. I got to go. It's a Wonderful Life. Is that the one with? Yeah, It's a Wonderful Life.
What's the one from Deadpool? Is like,
That's an old one.
That song is the same as another one. Has the same like tone.
Oh, I can't remember.
I don't know.
Tell me.
Is that the? Who's the main character?
James Stewart, dude.
I've never seen that movie.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
No, I've never
Okay.
seen it.
It's a Wonderful Life, Elf, and oh man, it's really tough. It's either going to be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation
Yeah, it's classic.
or A Christmas Story.
Okay.
That's on the list too.
Solid
It's like
choices,
a
yeah.
3A, 3B on those two.
Solid
Dude,
choices.
so tell me about Christmas story before we get off here. Great story. My stepfather watches it every 24 hours. He would just leave it on. My mom would get so pissed because like she at one point she hated it. She's like, I'm sick of this fucking
It's on
movie.
for 24
she
hours
hates it on
that night
TBS,
Christmas.
right?
I love it.
So he gets her a gift, whatever's in the box, a shoebox, whatever, and all of a sudden mom's shaking. She, what is it? And she's like, your fucking sound's broke now. And like, you're clink, 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 clink. Well, when he put remember those old school, Jamie, it's old school Band-Aids and aluminum cans. Mm-hmm. You put nuts and bolts in there so you make it look like, it was something she broke. Well, she opens the box and she's like, what is this? And she looks and she's like, nuts and bolts, whatever. And then she looks down and she sees the Christmas Story DVD. And all she goes, she's like, you son of a bitch. And she like hits him. He's like, take a deeper look into the box. And there was a vanilla folder underneath. She opens it. It's a brand new jet ski.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was well
thing's
done.
fucking badass.
Yeah.
They had like 2 keys.
Speaking of which, I got to figure out what the fuck I'm getting my wife. That's a story for another day. Christmas presents. What's the spending limit, boys?
What was last year? 50?
No, 40. This is my
Just
least
bump it up.
favorite
Listen,
thing.
Listen, get some back. Let's go to 50.
Oh my God.
50 a guy.
50 a guy.
Let's go.
This is the worst. Hold on. Let me tell you.
Get you a strap on.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You know what's bad is last year.
So you can fuck yourself.
No.
Oh, yes.
Last year I had finished my Christmas shopping and then we agreed to do this. So then I had to go back to the store to
you finish
deal
your
with
Christmas
everybody.
shopping?
No, not
All right,
yet.
then
So
you're
this
welcome.
works on, yeah.
All right.
Did you use the mug I got you?
What's that?
The mug I got you? Use it?
Yeah,
Would you use
absolutely, I
that?
do.
I still have it. Yeah.
I know you wanted me to use it at work, but
Okay.
I
At least
use it
put
at home.
tape over the bottom part, the F bomb.
Why?
Then no one can see it. Like you. Like, oh, okay.
Like I look at my wife and I just go.
I just do that to
What
my
is
wife.
it? What did it say in the bottom of his
Fuck
I
list?
said have a nice day and then
Fuck
I
you.
have,
Yeah.
Yeah, so $50 per guy. How many golf balls do you think I can get, John?
Do
That
not
much.
get me golf
Facebook
balls.
Marketplace for days.
You got
used
me-
for days.
All right, cool.
You got me like 7 or 80 golf balls last year or something. That's
Speaking of
I
which-
still have.
And you know
a
what
ton of
wound up
golf balls.
happening? You wound up taking me golfing, and we became best friends.
So real quick, and are you looking for new clothes?
No, I got them.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I can get you some spoons, probably half off.
We'll talk.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
not going to
talk.
say it on the air because I don't
Yeah,
get in
we'll
trouble.
talk.
But,
All right.
all right.
Look at that. Christmas presents for
Christmas
everyone.
presents for
Not you.
everybody.
I
I
told
know,
you.
I don't get anything.
Tell me how good a deal it is.
That is a good deal. So
All
anyway,
right. So thanks for joining us, everybody.
all right.
John.
We got a couple things lined up here coming up in the next few weeks before Christmas, so we should be on pace to get everything out.
Yeah, we're just
get one out a week. So we had a little bit of a case of the sniffles earlier this week, so we'll get back on schedule. But thanks for listening, everybody. We'd love to hear from you. A reminder, if you're interested and in the Cleveland area and want to go to the Yellow Brick Road fundraiser for the Allison Rose Foundation, make sure you send us an email at the_podcast@gmail.com. Put Yellow Brick Road in the subject line. Let us know why you want to go. We're all going to be there. It's a great fundraiser for a great cause.
Open bar, dude.
Open bar. So yeah, you'll get to go to that and hang out with us and support a good cause in the process. And we'd also like to hear from you too for anything else. So again, the_podcast@gmail.com. You can find Stipe on all social media platforms at Stipe Miocic. You can find Jamie at Mekalek, Mekalek. You can find me at JP Chubak. It's like Chewbacca without the CA. Also, check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Jeb's Podcast, and you can find us on YouTube to get live video of our podcast at just search Jeb's Podcast. We'll pop up, and give us a follow, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for post notifications. Other than that, we're getting close. I'm getting in the Christmas spirit. I'm getting there. Yeah, it's building. It's a slow build.
You saw my tree?
You're there. I did see your tree.
The tree's huge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I helped you put the star on it last year.
No.
Different tree, bro.
Did you get a different tree?
Dude, are you serious?
It's big. You walked right by
What,
it.
15 feet? 12?
Easily.
12 or 15?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was
All right,
dying.
we're going to take a look.
We're going to go check out a tree. We hate Rick Russo.
Yeah.
Bye.